But I want to really make this point. The Phoenix Mercury were an embarrassment today. They were an absolute embarrassment. And look, I don't think everything. I don't think the Fever were innocent in in everything. Like, I'm not going to pretend like the Fever were some angels. I'm not going to pretend that this whole situation doesn't start by Caitlin Clark trying to bait Dawana Bonner into it doesn't start with Dawana Bonner feeling some sort of way about being booed by the crowd and Caitlin Clark kind of tangling up Dawana Bonner intentionally. But like everything after the kind of the brawl or whatever you want to call it that led to 6 technical fouls and MHA getting ejected, everything, absolutely everything. The Mercury, this felt like a bit of an embarrassing game for the Mercury, because immediately after that, first of all, you blow a big lead, and I shit you not, like Alyssa Thomas does this, by the way. Alyssa Thomas does this. AT, they're going for a ball, and Alyssa Thomas just swings an elbow at Caitlin Clark. AT is the softest player in the league. She is the softest player in the league. They're going for a ball. They're going for a ball. They're going for a ball. Caitlin wins the ball, by the way. So Caitlin wins the ball. She gets her hand on the ball, and Alyssa Thomas just swings back. Swings back and catches her with an elbow. Caitlin Clark, who had won the ball, gets called for a foul for getting hit with a stray elbow. Caitlin Clark gets hit with a fucking cheap shot. So this got called as a foul on Caitlin Clark, by the way. This got called as a foul on Caitlin Clark. So they're running for the ball. Caitlin Clark wins the ball. She touches it. From here on out, okay, it is what it is. Alyssa Thomas then just swings back at Caitlin Clark and clocks her. This got called as a foul on Caitlin Clark. This is a flagrant 2. Sorry, no. It's a flagrant 1. It's not a flagrant 2 because she didn't connect with Caitlin's face. If she connected with Caitlin's face, that's a flagrant 2. That's a flagrant 2. But it was called as a loose ball foul on Caitlin Clark. But not only that, if you're looking through some of this, they're all getting into it. Like, Caitlin Clark was teed up before this, by the way. If Caitlin Clark got teed up for this, fair enough. Caitlin Clark immediately just claps at Alyssa Thomas. Yeah. She'd already been teed up before that. But, like, and Sophie Cunningham got teed up. Like, this is, again, if you guys don't know, Sophie Cunningham didn't say a word here. Sophie Cunningham is pointing at Dawana Bonner. And Dawana Bonner is progressively losing it. She is progressively getting angrier and angrier. Like, Sophie Cunningham is not saying a word. She's losing it. She's about to go. She has to be stopped from attacking Sophie Cunningham. She has to be stopped from going at Sophie Cunningham. And this is the worst part about it here. Maisha Hines-Allen gets herself tossed. Because watch. You can't really see it from this angle. So, if you don't see, on this play right here. So, this is right after all the kind of hoopla. So, Alyssa Thomas, you see this, her right elbow here. You can't really see it, but she tilts her right elbow forward and goes right into Maisha Hines-Allen. She's done, like, a few times to Caitlin, like in Caitlin's rookie year. Caitlin will come off screen and she'd shoulder barge. She's the dirtiest player in the league. And look what she does immediately afterwards. She does it, and then as soon as Maisha Hines-Allen's there, I'm not getting into it with her. I'm walking off. I'm scared of Maisha. I'm just laughing. I just got you ejected. Huh, I just got you ejected. Like, is that shit not embarrassing? Is that shit not embarrassing? Like, it all starts off as well with the most hilarious scenario that Caitlin gets tangled with Dawana. Caitlin commits a defensive foul. And Dawana just swings at Caitlin. Like, that's how this all started. Dawana swings at Caitlin Clark. You can see it right here. A little bit under me. So Dawana and Caitlin get tangled up. You can see it here. And Dawana swings back at Caitlin. Dawana swings back at Caitlin Clark and connects. That's how this all started. Every single thing was initiated by the Mercury. Not only that, again, I don't know the intent of the Kalia Copper one, but 3 possessions later, Kalia Copper is doing a swipe through move, and somehow, while swiping through, she comes downwards and smashes Kelsey Mitchell in the face. Like, bloody nose, bloody mouth. Smashes Kelsey Mitchell in the face with an elbow on a drive. And you're like, every 2 possessions. Not only that, again, Caitlin Clark is just dribbling the ball in the 4th quarter, and Valu Ayayi comes to double Caitlin, and she runs behind Caitlin and just grabs her. Like, two hands, hugs her and moves her. And I'm like, Caitlin's just like, Ayayi says something to Caitlin, and Caitlin just goes, hug. Like, Ayayi just runs behind Caitlin and just bear hugs her. Like, Caitlin's trying to move and she just grabs her and moves. And I'm like, look, nothing happened. Like, I don't think Ayayi's was that dangerous. But I'm like, Alyssa Thomas committed, what, 2 cheap shots and got away with both of them? Caitlin Clark got called for a foul. Caitlin Clark got called for a foul for getting cheap shots. And the Phoenix Mercury continued to do it. DeWanna Bonner continued to lose. DeWanna Bonner was just getting into it with everybody. Like, anytime the fans booed them, they seem to get angry about it. Like, this is a team this is a crash out team. This is your team that is 5-13 on the year, and are going to, and are like, okay, yeah, we know we're 5-13. We're 5-13, and we know we're 5-13. Like, yeah, even this one here, like she got hugged, and Caitlin was just like, "You hugged me." Like, you hugged me from behind. Like, it is, Maisha Hines-Allen is immediately getting into everybody. She doesn't care. She does not care. Fair fucks to Maisha Hines-Allen. Like, this is one of those games where everything. DeWanna Bonner abandoned the fever. Like, this is literally Sophie Cunningham in this scenario. But she got so triggered by Sophie Cunningham pointing at her that she's screaming at her and has to be dragged off the floor. And Sophie Cunningham's just doing this the whole time. She's just pointing at her. And, like, even the fever coaches are just laughing. She's not saying a word. Like, she's so triggered by someone pointing at her that she's losing her mind. She's so triggered by a point that she's just snapping. And I'm like, hell yeah. You are, as a team, as a collective, the most hateable team in the league. Not only that, like, let's never forget that the Phoenix Mercury literally tampered to get DeWanna Bonner last year. They admitted to it. They admitted being like, we recruited DeWanna Bonner, while she was in Indiana. They tampered. They got into DeWanna's ear and made her leave Indiana. I don't know if she was pissed off in situations, but they got into it. Like, they got into her ear and convinced her to leave Indiana. And now what? She's like 8 games below 500 in her Phoenix Mercury season. Always by far the best recaps. Thank you so much, Jim, for the $5. Really appreciate it. Like, is that what they're doing now? Is that what they're doing now? Like, a team that is supposed to be good and you've been bad, and when you're being really bad, you decide you're going to crash out. That's just a sign of a team that's done. That's a sign of a team that's done. If you can't, and for the rest of the game, they couldn't, like, Tibbetts couldn't control the team. Like, I like Nate Tibbetts as coach. I think he's a really good coach. I don't think you can, if I'm being real, I don't think you can keep him in a job much longer. Like, everyone's talking about, should you fire Stephanie White? And I think there's very big questions about that. I think if you're Tibbetts, your job might be on the hot seat as well. Like, you might be on the hot seat, if I'm being real. Nate Tibbetts' job could very well be completely gonzo. And they play again Wednesday. That's also huge. That is also huge. So anyway, lads, if anyone's live right now, I will send you there. If anyone is currently live, I will send you there. Or if not, I will just end stream. Who is currently live? Anyone that I know is currently live. I don't know anyone that's currently live, so I don't want to send. I don't know who I'm sending you to, so I'm going to leave it at that. I will see you guys on Wednesday in an office where I can lose my fucking mind. I will see you guys.